You ever notice how Ram keeps crowning a new off-road king every few years? First the Power Wagon, then the TRX, now the RHO. 3 trucks, 3 totally different missions, and somehow they all claim the same throne. That's not an accident. That's marketing fog. Today we cut through it. If you're about to drop real money on a Ram, you deserve a verdict that's built on how these things actually behave when the sand is hot, the trail is ugly, and the repair bill shows up at your door. Here's the deal. Ram RHO is the new school weapon. A twin-turbo Hurricane inline-6 tuned for big power, quick throttle, and desert speed. On paper, it hits around 540 horsepower and a fat slab of torque, with an 8-speed and drive modes for sand, mud, rocks, and Baja-style blasts. Think modern, tight, lighter than the other two, with a rear locker and the electronics doing a lot of the thinking. Power Wagon is the old-school bruiser. Heavy-duty 2,500 bones, 6.4-liter HEMI V8, front and rear lockers, a disconnecting front sway bar, skid plates, and a factory winch. It doesn't care about lap times. It cares about climbing something stupid with a load on its back and dragging itself home without drama. If RHO is a fighter jet, Power Wagon is a helicopter that can hover on a cliff face and pluck you out of trouble. TRX is the sledgehammer with a race helmet, supercharged 6.2-liter V8, 700-plus horsepower, long travel suspension, huge tires, and that sound that melts the self-control of grown adults. It's heavier than the RHO, thirstier than your last V8, and more expensive to feed than a teenager who discovered weightlifting. But when you flatten the throttle, there's nothing subtle about what happens next. So who actually wears the crown? Let's talk numbers the brochures won't put side by side. Power to weight. RHO wins the punch-per-pound fight. It's built on the 1500 platform and it's lighter than the TRX and way lighter than the HD-based Power Wagon. That means throttle response you can feel and speed that shows up earlier in the pedal. TRX still has the headline horsepower, but it's lugging more mass. On a long sand wash, the TRX will run away at wide-open throttle, but the RHO feels more eager, more tossable, and less like you're commanding a battleship through a creek. Power Wagon? It's not trying to play here. It can hustle, sure, but the chassis is tuned for control, not chaos. Torque delivery and gearing. This is where the Power Wagon claws back. The HD gearing, axles and articulation turn engine torque into forward motion when tires unload and cross-axle weight gets weird. That front sway bar disconnect and the ability to lock both diffs mean you can keep crawling when the lighter trucks are scrambling for traction and cutting power. RHO gives you modes and brains. Power Wagon gives you levers and muscle. TRX sits in the middle. Lots of power. Rear locker to help, long travel for speed. But without a front locker, it's less surgical on slow, off-camera rock. Hardware reality check. Ask yourself one question. Do you need a winch from the factory? If the answer is yes, your truck just told you which crown it's chasing. Power Wagon's factory winch isn't a flex, it's a philosophy. RHO doesn't bring one from the showroom. TRX doesn't either. The Power Wagon's solid axle stance and flex give you clearance under articulation that the half-tons can't match without banging something you're going to regret. Meanwhile, the half-tons bring better high-speed control, better steering precision, and brake feel that doesn't feel like you're negotiating with the laws of physics. Let's talk money, because kings eat your wallet. TRX consumables are no joke. Those tires? They're not cheap, and they don't last if you drive the truck the way the Power dares you to. Fuel? Premium appetite with supercharger thirst. Brakes? Big, heavy, not budget pads. Insurance? You can guess. RHO shifts the cost profile. You'll still burn through tires if you play in sand and rock, but your biggest exposure is modern turbo hardware, heat management, intercoolers, and the reality that 2 turbos mean twice the rotating bits under load. Power Wagon's cost profile is different. You'll see heavy-duty fluid capacities at service time, bigger diff covers, more expensive shocks, and a fuel bill that reminds you it's a 2,500 even when you're just doing runs to the hardware store. But it's naturally aspirated, it's simple, and shops know the platform. Now let's drop these trucks into real life. Scenario 1. Dunes and desert. You want to float the top of the whoops, read the trail with your eyes and your right foot, and keep speed high enough to skim, but not high enough to yard sail the front end. TRX is a monster here. Deep travel, tons of power, stability at speed. RHO is the smarter value play. Similar mission, lighter feel, a lot more approachable to drive fast without that "this could go six-figure wrong" feeling every time you crest a blind rise. Power Wagon will follow your friends to camp and back, but asking it to play hero at triple-digit sand speeds is like strapping sprinting spikes on a powerlifter. Wrong game. Scenario 2. Slow rock and ledges. You need articulation, control at idle, and lockers that engage exactly when you tell them to. Power Wagon eats here. The combination of front and rear lockers with the sway bar disconnect makes obstacles feel smaller than they look. TRX can do more than people think when you air down, but it's wide, long, and tall. Line choice is a chess match. RHO's electronics and rear locker help, but when opposite corners lift, software gets conservative. You can still make it, you just work harder and kiss the skid plates more often. Scenario 3. Towing and overlanding. You're loaded with gear, maybe pulling a toy hauler, maybe climbing a grade on a hot day. HD cooling, HD brakes, HD frame. This is Power Wagon territory. The half-tons can tow real numbers on paper, but sustained heat plus weight turns spec sheet confidence into temperature management in the real world. If your trips look like interstate climbs, long dirt with washboard, and backcountry weight, the HD platform pays you back every hour you're out. Scenario 4. Daily life. Parking, school runs, bad weather, weekend trail with friends. RHO has the best balance. It's quick, it's not gigantic, it rides like a half-ton, and you still get the look and the capability to do real off-road without needing a second vehicle. TRX is a daily if your commute is short and your budget is long. It will make every errand fun and every gas stop sting. Power Wagon is a daily if you accept that HD steering and HD brakes feel like HD steering and HD brakes. Let's throw some numbers against your budget, not as absolutes, but as reality snapshots. TRX sits at the top of the price pyramid, sticker plus the tax and insurance gravity that lives there. RHO undercuts it by a healthy margin while delivering most of the high-speed thrills a sane person will actually use. Power Wagon lands around or below RHO depending on options, but remember that capability dollars show up later. Fluids, tires, and the HD tax on parts. Price per horsepower favors RHO. Price per recovery, winch, lockers, articulation, favors Power Wagon. Reliability and longevity. This is where comments turn into full-on debates, so here's the honest read. The TRX's supercharged V8 is a tank of an engine by design, but Boost always tests belts, bearings, and cooling. If you mod it, you've moved the goalposts. The truck will follow you, the warranty might not. RHO's Hurricane is modern, efficient, and strong, but twin turbos plus heat plus hard use is a maintenance truth you can't wish away. Keep oil fresh, watch temps, don't ignore a boost leak. Power Wagon's naturally aspirated HEMI is simple by comparison, and the HD drivetrain is overbuilt. But it's also pushing a lot of mass through a lot of terrain. Suspension bits and steering components see real force. None of these are fragile. All of them will bend your budget if you ignore the warning lights and keep the music loud. Fuel and range. It matters more than people admit. TRX asks for premium and pays you back with noise and speed. The tank empties fast under load. RHO can be surprisingly decent cruising, then drink like a linebacker when the turbos are lit. Power Wagon is consistent. Big engine, big truck, predictable thirst. For overlanding, the HD's range at conservative speeds is easier to manage because you're not tempted to drive it like you're pre-running a rally stage. Let's talk myths that cloud the decision. Myth 1. RHO kills the TRX. Number: TRX is still the top dog for pure shock and awe speed and feel. What RHO does is compress 90% of that experience into a package that costs less to buy and less to keep alive. Myth 2. Power Wagon is just a lifted 2,500. Also number: the locker package, sway bar disconnect, and factory winch are not bolt-on afterthoughts. They're calibrated as a system and backed by a warranty. Myth 3. Electronics make lockers obsolete. When you're bellied out with 2 tires light and gravity saying hello, you want mechanical certainty. Electronics help you get there. Lockers get you out. Ownership risk. This channel doesn't shy away from the ugly math. TRX risk looks like tires and fuel every season. an occasional big ticket if you chase power. RHO risk looks like modern turbo drivetrain. Watch heat? Don't skip maintenance. Power Wagon risk looks like HD consumables and the cost of replacing heavy parts if you bend them. None of those are deal breakers. They're just budgets with different shapes. So who wins? Here's the verdict by owner type. If your soul wakes up at speed, if you want to surf dunes and blitz 2-track like you stole the map, and you can live with the cost of that lifestyle, the TRX is still the king of chaos. Nothing else on this list delivers that sledgehammer soundtrack and that pinned-back feeling. It's ridiculous in the best way. If you actually spend weekends on rock, if trail day means recovery gear, spotters, and obstacles with names, the Power Wagon wears the crown. Front and rear lockers with a sway bar disconnect, and a factory winch is not a vibe. It's a toolkit that saves real money when the trail turns from fun to expensive. If you want one truck to daily, to have fun, to take on sand, forest roads, and light rock without feeling like you're wrestling a mastodon, the RHO is the sweet spot. It's the one that fits into normal life without asking for an apology, and it still throws a punch when Saturday shows up. There's one more crown, and it's the one nobody markets, the crown of not regretting it. That's the crown you wear when the truck you bought actually matches the life you live. If you buy the TRX for the sound and spend most of your time parallel parking downtown, you'll love it on YouTube and hate it at the pump. If you buy a Power Wagon because the badge is cool but the heaviest thing you tow is a jet ski, you paid for hardware you'll never use. If you buy the RHO because the internet told you it kills the other two, you'll take it rock crawling, slide a cross member on a ledge, and wonder why the Power Wagon guys look so calm. Here's your final checklist before money leaves your account. Drive each truck the way you plan to use it. Air down and crawl a ledge with a spotter. Find a washboard road and let it breathe. Hit a sandlot and feel how it responds mid-corner. Heat soak the transmission on a hill. Look under the truck afterward for fresh witness marks on skid plates and check the diff plugs. And when the salesperson tells you they fixed that, smile and say, "Great, show me the bulletin." I'll close with this. Ram didn't accidentally build 3 kings. They built 3 answers to 3 different questions. The war only exists if you ask the wrong one. Ask the right question. What do I actually need this truck to do? At speed, at crawl, at tow, and at the pump. And the crown picks itself. Drop your pick below, RHO, Power Wagon, or TRX, and why. If you've owned one, tell us what broke, what didn't, and what you regretted or would buy again. I'll pin the most honest, most useful breakdown, especially if it saves someone a 4-figure mistake. And if you're on the fence, the next video is the ownership cost deep dive. Tires, brakes, fuel, maintenance, and the one repair ticket nobody budgets for until it's staring at them from the service desk.